Dear mom, I love you so much, and I wish you were still here beside me. 1 year ago, today, October 24th, at 3 a.m. in the morning, my dearest mom passed away. I lost my mom suddenly when she was just 51 years, and it's been difficult, like not once, twice, or even thrice, but always. Do I wish that my mama was here? My mom was a so caring person, so loving and selfless. She loved her family so much and others. She was a homemaker, the best wife and mother, and also a grandmother to my daughter. Her favorite memories of my mother: she taught me how to be good to people, she taught me to love others, she taught me discipline, and the fact that I was raised by a military dad made my mom a strong woman. My mama has always taken care of us in the best way, and her assuming the role of a father, of course, it's not easy. Yes, daddy was there, but as a military man, most of the times they're away from home. But my mom never made us feel like dad was away from home, because she was really nice to us, and we felt the presence of my dad always. Um, I admired my mother because she loved people. Most of the times she went without food, and it's not that she was praying for her family or even for her. She was doing this for her friends, for her church mates, even for strangers. Mama could go without food. I mean, she used to fast and pray for people that even she never knew. For anyone who came to her home, she treated you like you were her own. She cooked for them, and it's not like she gave them like a cheap meal. She could cook you even her favorites because she loved people. Yeah. um I can describe her as Mother Teresa of today. Mama really had love in her heart, and through her deeds you could tell it was not pretense, it came from her heart. And I think the reason as to why it's been hard for me to accept that my mother is gone is because she was a beautiful soul. My mother was so beautiful, and she was beautiful inside and out. And that is one thing that has made me have trouble in letting her go, because I never imagined that one day I would sit and spend time without talking to my mom. She was my best friend, she was my role model. Yeah, if I had any problems, if I was facing anything in life, if I felt like I was really down, or for gossips, just anything that I came across during the day, I made sure that I informed her, sometimes immediately or even at times after work. I mean, we used to call and talk so much about life, about God. And for that, I miss her so much. Yeah, I could literally tell my mother anything. After like if I went outside na nigongwe tu na mawe, I found myself telling her, you know, yeah, we shared so much. And I remember back in 2022, that's when my mother called me and we had a long conversation. And I remember on that night, that's when she told me like she was about to die. And I remember her telling me everything from where she's gonna be buried and after she's dead, what happens. But it was too painful. The conversation didn't end well because I really cried even before I could end the conversation. But my mom, on the other hand, tried to talk to me, but I couldn't take it. I couldn't believe a life without my mom. And I remember when she passed on that morning, I felt like my breath, I was losing my breath. I was in sleep and I just felt like I was losing breath, and I woke up so quickly, opened the windows, and it was kind of a very strange feeling. I didn't know what was happening, but afterwards I had a dream. I saw my general manager writing me a message to encourage me, and it wasn't a straightforward kind of message, but I could relate because like 6 years back when I lost my brother, I had a similar kind of a dream. So when I came to work, I spoke to my assistant. I told her what I dreamt. And on this day, I'm talking to my aunts, and they don't really want to tell me that my mama is gone. I don't need to find out in the next day when my dad arrived from work that I lost my mom. The previous day, that was on 24th of October 2023. I remember when I was in my low moments, especially when I was pregnant, my mom stood with me. She was really sick. My mom had been sick, like, she was sick for 18 good years, straight 18 good years. But no one time did she give up. My mom showed me not to give up in life, to always be strong. And she always told me that she'll never die until God says it's her time, you know. She was through a lot, but she was this strong woman. She didn't talk about giving up in life. Yeah, because a lot of times I went to see her in the hospital. Sometimes I didn't make to go, especially when I was pregnant. And when I was pregnant, the very funny thing was, when Mama got sick, she used to tell her caregiver to give me a call so that I can pray for her. And it was so a good thing, because each time I prayed for her, my mom always got better. Even when she could go to the hospital for treatment, and maybe the doctors are like, no, she should be admitted, Mama gave me a call and she was like, please pray for me, I don't want to be admitted. And I used to pray for her, and I remember not any time did she get admitted. Mama believed in me. She believed in me so much. She loved me. She loved my dad. She prayed for my dad, and I saw my dad getting promotions at work. She prayed for my sister. Even though talking about this gives me lots of sadness and sorrow, I'm happy because my mom was a prayerful and strong woman of God. She was humble. She loved God. She taught ways of God. She spent most of her time praying, serving others, you know. She was this person with lots of joy, hope, and faith. She was a great friend, a role model. I don't even know how to describe my mother, but she was just everything. She was everything. And I know she's an angel. She's a lovely angel up above, because she was one even here on earth. She wanted the best for me. She prayed for me. I remember even when I went to give birth, because I'm this kind of person. I fear anything. As long as something is painful, I have this fear in me. I always have this fear in me. But I used to believe so much in my mom's prayer, because each time she prayed for me, a situation always changed. If I have fear and I told her, "Mommy, please pray for me," then the situation could change, and I found myself so brave and ready to face that thing. Let me say, Mommy left a bigger hole in my life. I've lost people in my life, but never did I ever think that one day I would speak of my mom's death. She spoke about it, but then it didn't hit me. Like, it didn't get into my head, because this is not something that I wished to experience. It affected me so much. This thing, her death affected me in a very bigger way, you know. And sometimes when I flash back, I tend to imagine the kind of pain my mama was going through. But death is not something that I wished. What I wished for my mom was healing. And that is what I prayed for. I prayed God to heal my mama. I never wished for her to leave the world. For that, I don't want to talk much, because every time I think about her, I feel so bad about life. And for me, I don't seem to understand anything, and I find myself asking God a lot of questions, which I don't want to do now. And if someone said that I'm healed from mommy's death, then they'll be lying. I just try so much to be strong, show people that I'm strong. I talk about her deeds, because her deeds especially blesses my heart. Yeah, but it's never the same without mommy. My life hasn't moved on yet. Sometimes I feel like my mama just went somewhere, she'll never come back. And I always hope for that. Yeah, I don't want to imagine like she's gone. That is something I don't want to imagine, because it hurts me. And if someone asks me where my mama is, I really can't tell you where she is, because I still feel like she's with us. I miss her so much. I miss her so much. On this day, as I remember my mother, want to take this chance to thank everybody who's been there in my mother's life, especially on her worst days. And for everyone who was there for my dad, my sisters, and I, thank you so much. Our relatives, friends, colleagues, everyone, in whatever way you supported us, may God bless you so much. We love you so much, and thank you so much for standing with us at our lowest.